Welcome to our listeners and viewers on Food Farms and Chefs YouTube. Today we have a very special presentation. We have a ground zero behind the scenes tour of Super Bowl from SoFi Stadium with the owner and lead of Innovative Catering Concepts, a friend of the show, Rocco Gallelli. Rocco, welcome to Food Farms and Chefs YouTube station. Great to have you with us. I know it's 7 o'clock in the morning out there. Thank you for joining us and really giving us a tour of what it takes on game day to be catering at the biggest event in the world.
Morning, Gene. Good morning, Amaris. Thank you, Amaris. I'm sorry.
No,
It's great to see you guys. We've been here for a couple hours already. I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of Ground Zero for us. We are inside the International Broadcasting Compound of NFL Films. Today we're supporting ESPN, NFL Network, all the international broadcasters, and a couple other groups. We're also making deliveries to Fox News, NBC Sports. So once they find out that they got food on campus, they tend to find you. So it's been a great opportunity. So thank God for that. So let me start by just showing you Ground Zero in our compound. This is basically Trailer City and all the international offices. Everybody's coming to work, getting ready. Say good morning. These are all the satellites that beam the sun. Here's SoFi. And this is our tent that we work out of. Everybody will come. We'll feed close to probably 2,000 to 3,000 people today. This is the international broadcasting team. Everybody wave hi. You're live on YouTube.
So do you feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner while you're there?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You check in. Obviously, breakfast service doesn't start out here till 8 a.m. This is our security in case anybody messes with us today. Say hi. So this is probably the most important thing in the tent. It's the novelty ice cream. But you come through, this year we're forced to do everything COVID style again. So these hot boxes are going to be filled with all prepackaged meals, our soda and water, a happy customer drinking coffee, and we're just setting everything up. Here's Natalia putting out the parfaits this morning, and we are working, putting out everything else. So this is our 4 o'clock, bring your own liquor for our smoothies and iced tea and lemonade. Now we're going to walk in and we're going to see what backstage is and all the action happens. All right, guys, you're live on YouTube. No cursing. ESPN pick up breakfast in 20 minutes. Everybody wave hi. Here's the ICC team. So this is production here where it's assembly. All the food gets cooked behind the line. This is our pastry section. Say hi, Danielle.
That would be the section I would be at the most.
So we got fresh cookies today. We have Danish going out, cupcakes. This is our dry section or our pantry, active refrigerator, active freezer. And then this is the line. This is our pizza guy, Ralph. Say hi, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
I know Ralph.
Everybody say hi to Gene Blum, Quaker Oats, baby. Everybody on 3, Quaker Oats. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Rocco.
So we've all been running it hard. Thank God today. I got a great team. We've overcome some adversity this week. A lot of temperatures are rising. We imported Evan from Iowa. Evan, you're on YouTube.
Is that Mark Casasanto there?
Mark Jr. Here he is. Everybody say happy birthday to Penelope. Happy birthday.
Hey, Penelope.
Happy birthday.
All right. This is our dry storage. We took this out from Jersey. This was filled with equipment. We're getting ready to start packing that up. Here's Martino. Say hi, Martino.
So you literally shipped out all of that equipment?
All that equipment is ours. We took it out here. This is
So
our
when did
free.
you have to actually take that out there to start prepping for everything?
We are on site for 21 days. Our actual service is 14 days. And what we do is we set up for 3 days, and we set up for 3 days, and we give 2 days for breakdown. By the end of today, we will be broken down most of our kitchen after the game, because during the game there's a little bit of downtime, so we don't get a lot of stuff that we have to do, and we'll be ready to go and start packing up and everything. So
this year you added on a whole other level too, and the fact that you were out at the YouTube theater out there, arena, you did NFL honors. What was that like?
that was an honor, no pun intended, to do NFL honors. We were able to support the crew and a lot of the talent that was there. We were active there. Their event was Thursday, so we did breakfast on Friday, was our last day for them, but they ramped up. See, when we first come out here, and here comes someone that's going to break it for everybody. Say hi, Johnny Mac Schmidt. Woo! That's it. That's it.
That deal went down the tubes.
That's it. Johnny Mac runs the trailer. We're gonna, you know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go inside his trailer and see him in a few minutes. Thank you, guys. So you become a part of the material, or of the lining. That was those guys handle on Sunday morning, when all the games, every game gets transferred into their system, and then they put it back out to all the different clubs and all 32 teams. They run that trailer, and he has his trailer here, which is they call it Super B trailer. They handle every broadcast for NFL Films, every camera, every shot. They monitor it. They put it either back at the station or back at home base in Mount Laurel, or they send it to all the different teams throughout the country. So his air traffic control, or Big John's air traffic control, is amazing, what he does on a Sunday morning. So it's a lot of fun for them, and obviously you become a part of the lining of the family here. NFL Film started with a family with Steve Sable years ago, and that family tradition has it's very much instilled here, even though that they're owned by NFL Films. But getting back to honors, it was great because they ramp up. When we first come out here, we only do maybe 30 people for breakfast, 30 people for lunch, and then it goes up to 40. And like honors went from like 40 people for lunch to 500 people for lunch, up to 500 people for dinner. Over here in our tent here, we start out 30 and 40. Today we're doing 400 for breakfast, 800 for lunch, and we'll do 1,000 for dinner. And we try to stay true to Super Bowl-esque food. We're doing chicken wings today. We're doing some other fried foods. We have egg rolls coming out. We have pot stickers. We have fried cod. We have fried shrimp. So, and then we're getting a little bit more exciting with some of our other support. NBC Sports, we've taken it up a notch. We have a couple other drop-offs today. We're doing tuna tartare. We're doing salmon canopies. We're doing some barbecue meatballs, some charcuterie boards. So right today, it's not too bad. I only think we have about 15 different activations today in about 8 different locations. So it's not as crazy as some of the other stuff we've done, but it's a lot of smaller stuff, boutique stuff, and then the one big monster tent that we're working out of now.
Gotcha. So as far as, the people that you're feeding, do you feed anybody? Oh, sorry. Do you feed anybody who's in like the VIP section of like celebrities? or, you know, are you feeding like just the staff that's working the Super Bowl?
It's a nice mix. We don't necessarily meet the celebrities or any A-listers unless they get lost and come wandering through. ESPN talent last year, Chris Berman. We've had Randy Moss come through, Phil Simms. With ESPN talent and NFL Network talent, they'll come through depending on where they're located at. ESPN shares our compound, so they normally come through. We hung out with a couple other ex-NFL players last year. Their bodyguards take us through here. We'll get some other executives come through, but you know, we've done pretty much everybody. But the real core is the ones that work here, the ones that, you know, behind the scenes, and I'm more proud to support them than any A-lister that I could possibly serve, because they're the ones that get the job done. And if their bellies are filled and they're happy, everybody else in America can enjoy a better show.
Yeah.
Well, people think that, you know, at the Super Bowl, it's like going to here an Eagles game. You pull into the parking lot, you put it the closest spot to the stadium you can get. And people don't realize that, you know, you really don't park in SoFi Stadium parking lot. You know, it's all reserved, and you have to go through certain levels of security and things like that. So what's it like even to get into where you're at?
Super Bowl Sunday is very interesting, we'll just say. Today wasn't as bad as the years past, but because we're usually the first ones on location between 4 and 5 in the morning, not everybody is settled in yet. So what I mean by settled in is a lot of the security guards that were placed in that area that early in the morning don't necessarily know the do's and the don'ts and where we're allowed to go and where we're not allowed to go. I have to say that this year was a lot more seamless than in years past, but there's been in years past where they told me to cross the street. And when I crossed the street, they told me you're not allowed on this side of the street. You got to cross the street over there. I said, well, I can't cross the street over there because there's a barrier. Well, you're not allowed on this side of the street. I said, I need to get to the curb before I can cross that side of the street. No, you can't do that. I said, well, then you suggest to me on how I get over there, because I was told I park over here and I got to walk over there. One year, I unfortunately was in a wheelchair, and handicap services didn't necessarily get to me in time, and they pushed me all the way for 2 blocks over a cross bridge. And then when we got on the other side of the cross bridge, not only did he dump me over a lip in the road where I landed on my face, which was quite fun and funny. I was laughing more than I got hurt. When we got on the other side of the bridge, they told me I wasn't supposed to be there. And I'm like, okay, I get this. So how do you suggest that this gentleman behind me gets me to where I got to go? And that was another 15 minutes, but that's been fun. But in another state, like today, it was great. We came right in. We had parking where we were supposed to park. We came right in. Our other big challenge in the morning is knives. A lot of my chefs take their knives home. And on Super Bowl Sunday, they have a hard determination whether it's a tool or a weapon. And I try to explain to them that we are just like a carpenter and this is a drill. And so we just got past that a lot of cases and just put it. And Saturday night, we hide them in our toolboxes or lock them up in our lockers on campus before we leave. But it's been, there's nothing that you could probably tell me that I would be surprised with when it comes to security levels and what we're supposed to
I get it.
do and how we're service, which was literally outside the door of the exit. Said hello to the security guard as I left. I literally was in eyesight, handed it to the Secret Service guy, came back. The guy's like, you can't come through this gate. I was like, you just watched me leave. This is only such and such. And he's like, oh no, I'm sorry. You have to go all the way around and come back in your gate. I just delivered to him right there. Needless to say, it's not worth fighting because you could walk around and come back before he gets the determination for you. So,
yeah. So what about golf carts? Because I know I saw some golf carts around there. Like, can you like have an official golf cart and then, you know, not have to go through so much security? Or is it no matter what, you have to pass through like that level?
Well, we're in the secured perimeter. So you have to come into the secured perimeter to get a golf cart. But golf cart action on the field stops at 10 o'clock in the morning here. So any lunches and any dinners we have to deliver has to be walked to where it's got to go.
Oh, wow.
And then golf cart, there are specific golf cart gates that you're allowed to go past. And even when you come back in, they when they come back in, they tell you that you have to get screened before you come back in, and they wand you. You walk through a magnometer, and they sniff your golf cart for any type of explosive device or whatever. So there's level of security just gets more intense as the week goes on.
It sounds like it's a little bit, having been at the Papal visit with you, and we had to juggle intense security there. It sounds like at the Super Bowl, the security is even a little bit more intense.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, it's for everyone's safety. I mean, let's face it, it's the biggest event in the world, and any way they can get in to make the headlines, someone will. And, everybody knows it's in the hospitality industry. You grab a chef coat, you put it over your shoulder, and you can pretty much walk wherever you want. Well, not necessarily here. So, all right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Rocco. It's a great pleasure to do that. I know you have an extremely busy day. And what time will you be leaving site tonight?
Probably about midnight. Game should be over our time, about 7 p.m. And we stay for about 4 or 5 hours afterwards to do post-game meal, post-game interviews, make sure everybody's buttoned up before we go. And then we're back at it again tomorrow morning. So.
Oh, wow.
And you're leaving to come back in about 2 days. So you'll be back in Philly for the weekend and pick up from there. And I'm sure just in time for events back here.
That's what we're hoping for. So I appreciate it. And let me go, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Take care. Give our best to everyone. Thanks.
Hold on. Everybody say bye, Quaker Oats.
Bye, Quaker Oats.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you.